Welcome back to Fixing Furniture. Today my project is working on this rattan table where the stretcher underneath has become disconnected. Someone's previously tried to repair it with medical tape and then painting it to disguise it. It's a pretty good disguise, but it didn't hold up. So I'm going to show you how we use binder cane to repair this. Stick with me, I'll show you how it's done.
As a furniture repair business, we're opening the doors to our workshop to show you the tools and techniques to repair furniture.
The front rail here, you can see this has been broken off.
We give you tips to make your repair projects easier. Let's get into the workshop and start fixing furniture.
Rattan cane furniture is constructed very different than wooden furniture. If you understand wooden furniture joints, you've got a joint that comes together and it's tight and it's glued. But on furniture like this, you've got a blunt end that comes together and it's held together with a cane. Let's strip some of this back and we'll take a look. This is called a stretcher, and it connects the legs to help strengthen them, and it should be connected right here. But it's broken off, so we've got a bunch of medical tape here that I need to take off. And then what we'll need to do is take off the broken cane so we can see how the joint's going to fit, and then we can secure it back together again. This is where the cane would have started. It was nailed and wrapped around, and then continued to get wrapped around towards the leg. On the leg here, I need to peel back more of this medical tape. Someone painted it so it matches pretty well. Okay, so this is where you can see there's a couple pieces of cane. They're in a hole here. So they would have come here, wrapped around the leg here. So that's the first part of the repair, is to connect it, and then it's putting a brad in here and rewinding it around. So this should only take a few minutes. I've got the cane soaking. With the cane taken off of here, if I push this up into position, you can see there are 3 pieces of cane here, and we've got 3 broken off here. So I also noticed there was a rusted fastener in there. So let's see what's around this end. It's hard to tell with the paint, but I don't really see one there. That's, oh, look, right there. So if I pull this back a little bit, there, we've got a nail. Okay, so I'll pop that nail out. I'll work down the other side as well. We'll nail these in and then start to wrap them. So the nail that I pulled out, you can see it's very rusted. So I want something that's more weatherproof in case this is outside. So this is a galvanized nail. Looks like that'll work well. So I'll put these in position, and then I can nail them in. The supplies I'm using for this are rattan binder cane. So the width of this is the same as the width that's on the legs, so 6mm. I've also got a white glue that I'm using. This is the best type of glue to use on rattan cane. You'll see that on some of the rattan cane seats that I've worked on. I'm using a brad nailer with 3/4 inch nails, and I've got the cane soaking in warm water, so that makes it flexible. I've soaked it for about 20 minutes, so we're ready to go. So I'm just going to sand the surface here where I'm going to apply some glue. I'm going to get it down to bare wood. What I want to do is attach the cane first. So put some glue on here. And then I'll brad nail it. Okay, that split it. So I need to back off my power on my nailer. Okay, so now I'm going to start to wrap it and feed it through the hole. So I want it nice and neat up here at the top. Continue on the pattern that we see there. And then pull it tight to get that joint pulled in. So I'm pulling it this way. So I'll hold the pressure with my thumb here. I'll feed the end through the hole. Again, make sure it's nice and neat. Bring it through and pull it tight. Continue down the front here. So I have to be careful because what I'm doing on the front here is creating the finished surface that will be visible. So keep going around here. So I've got 3 through here. That's enough for the joint. I'll just wrap this around one more time here. And then nail it and glue it on the inside. So I've wrapped this around here, I've glued it, and I put on a brad nail. I just need to cut off the excess and we can move on to the next part. Okay, now to wrap this, what I want to do is start it here, and you can't overlap these pieces, they go side by side. So what I'll do is bend this on a 45-degree angle, so I get a 90-degree. I can start that there and then start wrapping around following where it was before. So I'm just going to apply some adhesive here. And this adhesive really doesn't do anything until it dries, which is why the brad nailer is handy here. Okay, so now I start wrapping this around. So I want to make sure that these pieces are tight as I'm wrapping it around to get a nice finished look on it. Now as I get over here, I'll be pulling it a little bit tighter just to help snug up that joint. So pinch it in a little bit as I'm working. Get that wrapped around. One more time, and then I'll tie it off. So to tie it off, what I want to do is just go back one row here, feed it underneath, and then I can tighten it up, wrap it around, and then glue and brad nail it underneath. The end here is tucked underneath. We're good to go. I'll go through the same process on the other leg, and then we can look at finishing this to disguise the repair. I need to let the cane dry before I put a finish on it, but I've noticed that a couple of these pieces have shifted here. So I'm just going to take some PVA glue, glue them on here, clamp them, and get them in the right order. And then I can clean them off and we can talk about the finish. The glue's now dried here, but I've realized there's a new problem. There's a wobble to the table. I got those joints as tight as possible, but obviously this one leg here is now longer because it's been brought in closer. Perhaps that was part of the original problem. So I will have to trim off one of the legs here, but let's get to the finishing part first. On this area here, you see there's some yellow residue. This is left over from the tape. I'll just take a damp cloth and rub that down and get off as much of that as I can. And then here on the cane, this is the outer edge of the cane and it's naturally glossy. So I'm going to sand that a little bit so that the paint will stick to it much better. I'll show you a trick for the sandpaper. I'll be sanding with a 120 grit sandpaper to rough it up. But if you're using sanding discs, it's a relatively expensive way to hand sand. What I recommend is using sheets of sandpaper. They're much more affordable. Now, there's an easy way that you can cut these. If you install a hacksaw blade on a piece of wood, I've got this set up here so I can make my first cut square to the edges here. Just hold it down and tear. And then I can rotate it 90 degrees. Line it up with the line I've got here. And there I've got a quarter sheet. It's an easy way to save money on sandpaper. I'm going to be using some primer, and a tip for you, I've bought this brush in 1998, and if you take care of a quality brush, it will last a long time, especially when working with primers. If you get the brush wet before you actually use it, it makes the cleanup much easier. So dampen those bristles, and we're good to go. So I opened this can 2 months ago, and this is how much primer we've used. I've been doing a bunch of carpentry projects on our home improvement woodworking channel, so you can see where all this primer has gone. I'll mix it up and we'll get going. I've chosen to use a primer here because the finish that's on this piece is very flat. It's also the best product to be able to treat the cane because it's really going to stick to it and bind to it. Regular paint doesn't have as much ability to adhere to surfaces. So I think that looks pretty good. So while the paint's drying, what I'll do is deal with this rocking motion. Now further down the leg here, it looks a little bit dirty, so I'm just going to clean that up with a little bit of paint.
Do you have a repair project that you need help with? Book a coaching session with Scott and talk to him one-on-one to get advice based on your skill level and tools. Go to fixingfurniture.com to book your coaching session today.
With the first coat on, I'm just going to let it sit for a bit. I want to overbrush it. I want to put some brush strokes in it to match the texture on the rest of the legs. Now what I can do is work on the rocking. So when you've got something that's a rocking surface like this, it's the opposite corners that are too long. That's why it's rocking this way. So I'm going to, on this corner, flip it over, work on shortening that leg to get rid of this rocking motion. The bottom leg here has a cap on it, so I'm just going to pop that nail out, and then I can cut down the leg. Now use a Dazuki saw to trim this off, make for a nice smooth cut. Okay, I'll put this back on and we'll see if it continues to rock. Okay, so how do we do? There's just a slight bit of a wobble. So I've shortened that leg there. I'll shorten this leg just a little bit, and that should make sure it's good and solid. So I put the second coat of primer in here and I've let it sit for just a few minutes. What I want to do is leave some brush marks in it because you can see there's some texture down here. Now we've got some texture. This repaired and refreshed table is now ready to go back to the customer. I hope you've enjoyed this project, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel, subscribe and turn on all notifications. That way you'll get notified every time we publish a video. Thanks for watching Fixing Furniture.